Hi, I'm Retro Rewind and you are watching 8-Bit Boy UK.
Guys, welcome back to a brand new pickups video. So this is for February. I will get straight into it. So you actually picked up the Bloodborne soundtrack. Fantastic game that I absolutely love. My mate Adrian put me onto the game, blimey, back in like 2019, 2020, something like that. And loved the game so much that I had to pick up the soundtrack, the CD that I play in my car. And being completely honest with you guys, I actually picked this up ages ago, but it's just been in my car. I've never showed it off. So yeah, I took it out of my car. It's just catching the light there a little bit. So, but you can see the art on it is, yeah, pretty decent. It's got the back of the case there as well. It's just one CD there, but yeah, absolutely brilliant. And when you play it in the car, you're like it's like reminiscing about the game almost while you're driving down the motorway or whatever. So yeah, pretty cool. Next, I'm gonna go through, I got these couple of bits here. So I did a separate video when I went to the Northwest Gaming Museum, or Northwest Computer Museum, sorry, and they had a couple of new old stock games. So there was a game called Raid for the, I'll show you a little bit closer, and that's for the Amstrad CPC 464, which I don't own, but it was only 99p, so couldn't resist. And also they had a sealed PS2 game, and they had a load of these for £4. So yeah, it's called Sphinx. Sphinx. Yeah, so it's completely sealed. I don't think I've got too many sealed PS2 games. So for £4, I thought, yeah, and they had a pile of them. So I thought, yeah, I'll have one. I'll grab one for sure. So yeah, that's those two. What else next? So go straight into my charity shop pickups, I think. So picked up a copy of Little King's Story on the Nintendo Wii. I think this was 99p. So and I just really like the cover art. I don't know, I've never played the game. I really liked it. It's yeah, it's complete in box. So I don't think it's worth anything or anything. I've not really checked, but yeah, I just quite liked the cover, so couldn't leave it there. Trashing the place already. Knocked something off. So yeah, I also picked up Ghost Squad, and again, this was only, I think this was 30p. So I thought, right, I'm definitely going to grab that. And again, yeah, complete in box. So this one, yeah, it's a Sega game, and I only grabbed it because, you know, it said, yeah, they are Sega, and I thought for 30p, I grabbed it like along with the other one, the King's Story game. So so yeah, good little haul on that day. And they also had these two as well. These are a little bit more expensive. I think these were like £3 or £4 each. And I've not played my 3DS in ages. So that is a what is it? New Yoshi Island, and I think that's also complete in box and it's got all of the whatchamacallits in as well. And this one is Ridge Racer 3D, which is also complete in box. I've not tried this one yet, but I have played the Yoshi Island 3D quite a bit. And honestly, because I think Heaps had been streaming one of the Donkey Kong games, or he was gonna that week. So I ended up getting Donkey Kong, what's it called? Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. And I've been caning through that one. That's brilliant. And I've had that for a little while. I just never played it. So yeah, getting the 3DS out, I've been absolutely loving it this last month. So I might try and buy a few more 3DS games, I think maybe. I'll certainly keep an eye out for them in the charity shops. They're brilliant fun. Just so convenient if the missus is watching telly or whatever, and I can just be sat on the sofa playing on the 3DS. Just brilliant. So also picked up a copy of let me you can see Viva Pinata, and this looks like it's like a special edition type version, and I just bought it. It was I think it was 60p, and I bought it for no other reason other than my eldest, when this first came out, he played it a load on the 360. So I thought, right, I'll grab it, you know. And inside there's a few extra little bits and pieces. I think there's like you got some cards or something there, and there's the disc. So whilst it didn't really have, maybe not nostalgia, just nice memories attached to it. And yeah, for I think it was like 60 or 70p, like I say. So I was like, right, great, nice one, definitely grab that. So on to, I had a load of other, kept the receipt on that one. Got a load of other stuff from a different charity shop as well. So I picked up Gears of War, and this one, it's a bundle copy. And I thought, do you know what? If I ever manage to find one of those 360 boxes again for my 360, then I'll be glad that I picked that up. So yeah, it was the bundle copy. I don't know if that makes it more expensive or whatever. I got the receipt again from Bernardo's. Yeah, so £1 that one cost me, and it's complete in box as well. So quite nice to have that, and it's a great game, Gears of War. I already own it. I just didn't have. I'm quite lazy. It's in the loft, so. Picked up a copy of Sega Rally. I think this was again £1, so it might have been a couple of pounds maybe. So yeah, I really enjoyed Sega Rally in the arcade. I think the arcade version's like the only one I've really played, so I definitely have to give this one a crack. I think again, oh, tell a lie, this was £1.40, so I've kept the receipt in there as well. But yeah, it's complete in box with the manual as well, quite nice. And yeah, I mean, it's got Sega in the title for £1.40. I certainly wasn't going to leave it there. So I also picked up, oh, I forgot about that. Picked up an Only Fools book. So I think, yeah, this has got like, it's just got some really cool pictures of the set and stuff like that in there, of when they're all doing stuff. And it's got like one-liners and stuff, and I've watched loads of episodes of Only Fools. I'm just trying to go through all of the uncut DVDs that I picked up, which probably got some here actually. So yeah, don't know if you're familiar. These came out with the Only Fools magazine that ran for I don't know, must have been 3 or 4 years, I guess, every month. So you got a DVD back in the it was like back in the early 2000s maybe. You can pick them up on eBay still. And yeah, you know, I've been watching those, sort of trying to get through a couple of episodes a week. Because they're uncut, you get to see so much more than the you know, from what the BBC had cut out basically. But yeah, these have got loads of little cool stuff in it, things in them and that. So, and it just goes through bits of the script and stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. I've not read all of it yet. I'll definitely need to come back to it. I think that was only £1 as well, so I'm pretty pleased to pick that up actually. So also picked up a copy of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. I think this was £2 I paid, and we actually, I remember my wife, would have been about around 2011, 2012 maybe, probably 2011, the year before the Olympics. I think Nintendo had the Wii then, and she bought like the blue Wii that came, I'm pretty sure it was with this game. But I thought, you know what, we don't really have our Wiis anymore. We, you know, went from the first time I sold up. But yeah, I saw this, I thought, right, a couple of quid, definitely have that. And oh yeah, £3 I paid for it, in fact. And yeah, and it's complete in box as well. So just quite nice. I definitely want to start picking up some more Wii games, because we had such a nice collection that my wife and my lad, although he's 16 this year, but at the time it was like his first ever console, and we don't really have that many of the games anymore. So I definitely want to start picking him up again. If anything else, just for him when he gets a bit older, I guess. Speaking of the lad, so he's really been playing loads of Guitar Hero whenever we go out. When we went to the keep calling it the gaming museum, the computer museum, they had Guitar Hero. And when we went to the arcade club, when I took him around Christmas time, he was just on the Guitar Hero machine like most of the day. He loved it. So I picked this up. So I definitely need to try and find a guitar to go with it now. So if anyone's got a guitar sitting up in their loft doing nothing, then give me a shout. This one's for PS3, but we do have an Xbox 360, I think, somewhere in the loft probably. So yeah, I don't know if it's any good, but hopefully if I can pick up a guitar for a reasonable price. Again, complete in box. Can't remember what I paid for that. Might have been like 50 or 60p or something. So just earlier this week, I spotted this in a charity shop, and it's a special edition for Terminator Salvation, and it's got a massive Terminator face on it. And although I didn't dislike the film, but it wasn't really the best in the franchise anyway. But I thought this was just £1 and it was in their window, so I thought I'll definitely grab it. So it's pretty cool, pretty awesome, and yeah, I've seen the film. I'm not sure I'll need to watch it again, but having that face on the shelf is pretty cool. So yeah, pretty pleased with that for £1. And in the same shop on the same day, picked up another sealed game. This is Dance on Broadway for the Nintendo Wii. So another Wii game, and just it's sealed. I bought it for no other reason than it was sealed, and it was £1. So I was like, right, sealed game for £1. I'll have that. Nice one. And then, I picked this up in B&M Bargains. I forgot about that. So yeah, this is it's a code in the box only, and they were selling them off. So although it says a tenner, I think I only paid £6. And I thought it was just really cool to have one of the collection boxes. I think it's, what do they call it? Compilations. So this is the Namco Museum archives, and I think there are 2 of them, although they only had this one. But I thought, right, £6, yep, I'll have that. Okay, so nearly at the end now, guys. Over the month, I saw a couple of people do videos. I saw my mate, Subliminal VCR. He was playing the Atari 50 game, and I was watching it. I was like, oh my god, that looks brilliant. It's like a playable documentary, and I love Atari. So, and then I saw Generation Pixel mention it on one of his pickups videos. So I was like, right, I definitely want to get it, but I want to get the PS5 version. And I was scouting out, keeping my eyes peeled, looking out for it. And I can't remember how I heard. I think I got an email off Smith's Toys or something, and they had it for PS4 for $19.99. So I checked, and it had like gone, sold. But the PS5 version was still like £35. So I thought, I bet if I keep my eye on it, I bet they dropped the PS5 version like a week later. And sure enough, they did. But they're blooming sold out of the shop where I lived. So I can't remember where we were going. I think my little one had got a good report. So she was given some money off us and off a nan or whatever. So we'd nipped to Smith's to get her a toy. And then this was just literally on the shelf. I was like, I'll have that, thank you very much. And it was only the $19.99 price that I was hoping to pick it up for. And I must say, I flew through it all in 2 sittings. So I finished everything. I'm going to go back and play all of the games, I think, again and again. It's a really nice mix of the originals that they've just ported to the PS5, and they've got some of the games that they've like remastered them, like Yar's Revenge and Breakout and a few others. I won't spoil it for you, but I definitely recommend you pick this one up. It's bloody brilliant. And then off the back of that, because you can see I've got a few of the 2600 games here, not many, but I absolutely loved playing Yar's Revenge. So on eBay, I then picked up a copy of Yar's Revenge just because I really like the artwork. It's just brilliant. And the game is so much fun. It's fantastic. So this is in quite nice condition, actually. And they were going on eBay for sort of, I mean, some of the prices were bonkers, but I mean, you know, like anywhere between sort of 25 and 50, 60 quid. So when this came up for, well, I'll show you. So I picked Defender up as well, and they were 6 quid each. So I thought, right, boom, I'll have that. So it's just to buy it now. And on this one, it's a little bit frayed at the back because the tuck-in tab is also the hang tab for the 2600 games. You know, but look, I mean, I've got a spare copy of Defender. To be fair, it's probably nicer than the copy I already had. So, but yeah, really, I was just after that. But it worked out that I paid just £6 each, so I was dead chuffed with those. Just really pleased to have Yar's Revenge in the collection. I think the only one I'm missing now that I really like is E.T. Just because of the story behind it, I guess. I'm not really bothered about E.T. I don't think I really liked it that much as a kid. Please don't. I can see people unsub. E.T. was all right. I didn't mind it, but yeah, I'd like the game just because of the story behind it, with them all being like buried in the desert, which I thought was quite a cool story behind them all. So I picked up one Master System game, just one, and I picked up another copy of Double Dragon. This, if you're not aware, so my copy of Double Dragon, it's up there somewhere. Is that it? Yeah. So that's my actual copy there. But I picked up this one for no other reason than it was cheap as chips and it has the manual. And I am after a few manuals at the minute, but that manual was really nice and crisp and it was just really cheap. So I thought, you know what, I'll just get it again. It's such a great game, Double Dragon. It's one of my favourite games. It was the first game I ever completed. So just so much nostalgia for it. And I can't remember what I paid. I think it was like a tenner. And they're going for like 15, 20, even 25 quid in some instances. So yeah, I thought tenner, right, I'll definitely have that. Buy it now, laughing. So yeah, and it's in really nice nick actually. So really pleased with that. So I picked up it's like a Sega catalogue, and I'm pretty sure that I do have these already in the collection in some of my games already. So I've definitely got the other version of it because I won about 10 of them on an auction a little while ago. So I've got a few that need putting in all the other games and stuff. But I picked this one up for 99p. So so I thought, right, I've stuck a cheeky bid on, and just no one else bid. It was like, you know, starting bid of 99p, and yeah, no one else went for it. So yeah, it's just quite nice. It's got like all the other like peripherals and stuff on it. So I don't know, with this being different, what game this would have gone with. Hopefully if one of you guys are watching, then, you know, pop comments in the below. I mean, I don't really, I'll stick it in with whatever. I'm not, you know, but if it belongs with something in particular, it might have been the console pack in. I'm not even sure. But yeah, I got that. And then lastly, last thing, I got a copy of Pac-Car for the SG-1000. So I picked up a copy of Pachinko 2 in my last video last month, and this one this month. So for the eagle-eyed viewer, you may spot that there's no Japanese writing underneath the UK title, and that is fairly significant, just so that you guys are aware, and I'll learn you something now. So this is actually because that's actually because this is a PAL copy of Pac-Car, and it's the first PAL copy, or sorry, PAL game that I've got in the SG-1000 collection. So quite nice. All of the other Japanese ones have got the Japanese underneath it, just there. See if I can show you actually. So that's not a great example because it's a completely different case, but you can see just there it's got the Japanese on it there. So the PAL ones had very limited release across Europe, France mainly, but I believe they came out in Italy in very limited quantities as well. So the PAL ones are a bit rarer really, to be honest with you. This one, it doesn't have the manual, but I got it really like stupid cheap. And it's a little bit ripped and stuff, but a lot of them are with the age, and certainly the price I'm paying for them, I'm not paying to get them mint or anything. And yeah, it's just got the cartridge there. If you're not familiar, then the game is a Pac-Man clone, but as you probably rightly already guessed, instead of a little munching man, you are a car. So yeah, Pac-Car on the SG-1000. Like I say, this is the PAL version. It's the only PAL game that I've got in the collection so far, but yeah, looking forward to hopefully picking up a few more of these. And that's it, guys. So yeah, not really much of the Master System stuff. I am working on some really nice Master System deals, which I'm hoping to get sorted for the next month or so. So wish me luck. And I'll show them off when I can. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. I really appreciate you tuning in every week. I particularly enjoy the pickups, and I enjoy watching a lot of other people's pickups, although it is a little bit dangerous sometimes, of course. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, then please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much. All the best.
Okay, I will go £8.
Yeah, go on, I'll have some of that, £2.
4,
8.
16,
32. Go on.
64. It's going to cost you 128 to see me, Del Boy.
Just a minute, Boysy, just a minute. It's supposed to be a friendly game, isn't it? Friendly, it's like the start of World War III, isn't it?
Well, what can we do, Del Boy? It's just the way the bids have gone.
I'll tell you what we can do. We can both take our bets back and start all over again, eh? And just, you know, try to play a little more sensibly. All right?
All right, Del Boy.
Sit down.
Anything you say. Right. £8.
I'll see ya.